This video continues with the process of identifying the noise in the drivetrain, which seems to be in the drivetrain. Having removed the clutch pack in the previous video, we determined there was nothing wrong in the transmission itself, and there's nothing wrong in the wheel bearings or the drive belt. So now I have to put the clutch back together. Here we show the Sportster factory manual on the clutch pack assembly and how it assembles. The clutch pack assembly consists of the clutch shell and sprocket, which is this part here. And it slides over this needle bearing and race 2728 and washer 26. Then the clutch hub 25 also slides over the transmission input shaft, and it's locked in place with this washer 24 and this nut 23, which is a counterclockwise thread. Then you put in the disc items. The fiber disc, you start with the fiber disc, goes in the slot first. Then you do steel disc, fiber disc, steel disc, and you alternate to the end. The last one should be a fiber disc. Here in the middle on this Sportster, we have this steel disc 22 and 21, which they call damper spring, a damper spring seat. I don't know if the other bikes have that or not. Anyway, I put everything back the same sequence it came out. So now all the clutch pack fiber discs are in place, and we're ready to mount the actual pressure plate, which is item 17 here. The pressure plate assembly consists of items 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and 17 in this picture. So basically everything connects together, and the snap ring item 12 is what holds that clutch assembly together. And that bolt item 16 there is what protrudes out, which will be used a little bit later. So the clutch spring itself is actually item 11 here in this picture. Once the clutch spring item 11 is compressed, you can install the safety ring item 10, which is L-shaped, and the snap ring item 9, and that holds the clutch assembly together. I didn't get a picture of the pressure plate assembly while it's off the bike, but here you can see item 15, which is the bearing. And here you can see item 12, which is a circlip, which holds the clutch pack assembly together, and then the clutch disc 11 is shown here. After installing the compression tool on the pressure plate assembly, you clamp down the spring, and then you hold the assembly up here against the clutch hub, and then you install the rings number 10 and circlip number 9 to hold it in place. Here's a close-up view. The L-shaped safety ring is shown here, and then the circlip is on top of it, shown right here in this picture. Now you simply remove the clutch spring clamping tool, and you're ready to put the primary timing chain cover back on. I experienced a lot of trouble trying to get the circlip off the L-ring. I also had trouble trying to get it back on. As it turns out, these cheap Chinese knockoffs, they have coarse threads on the threaded rod, and the good ones have fine threads. So it takes more pressure than this little 3-inch knob here to turn it. You need to put a little short pipe extension on it, turn it until the plate completely flattens. Then installing the L-ring and the circlip becomes very easy. I must recommend that when you put the case on, you only install 2 screws to hold it in place temporarily. And the reason is this part number 5 shown here in this picture. Part number 5 can fall down inside the case, and then you're screwed. You got to take the case cover off again. These 3 pieces. That has to go on there like that. And you hold that while you put this over like this. It's one place where there's a flat. Right there. And now it's like this. And I'll drop it inside. Next, you must adjust the clutch as shown here. Now fill the tranny with transmission grease up to the bottom of this opening. Install the lock nut shown here. There's a little flat on the bolt sticking out. That prevents the adjustment from changing. Notice the O-ring groove on this 6-bolt cover. I put axle grease on it to hold the O-ring in place, otherwise it falls right off. Here the 6-bolt cap is mounted, as shown by the arrow. Now remove this inspection port and adjust the manual primary chain adjustment viewing through this port while you do that, and put the port cover back on. Now install the shift lever and this job is finished. Transmission assembly is back together. The next video will be including making sound recordings while riding the bike to try to pinpoint the location of this rattling sound.